past the hour of 10. I am Lady Shantae on this beautiful Tuesday morning here in Music City, and it's our first Man Time moment of the year, of the decade. Wow. I want to welcome back to the studio Elder Reggie Holder. He joins us every Tuesday. Good morning, Elder Reggie. Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Yes, first Man Time moment of the month, the year, the decade. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes.
Just
It's an
to be here.
amazing
Yes, it
thing.
is.
Yes, so many new things are ahead of us. So I'm excited about this year. How was your holiday?
The holidays were great. I was a little under the weather, but the family came together and I was present because
Yeah.
I was not going to miss it.
Yeah.
And we just had a wonderful time.
Good.
God truly blessed us to be together,
Oh,
just showing the love, and it was just a great time.
that's awesome. Awesome. I love to hear that. Well, looks like you ready for a brand new year, and I'm sure you got an amazing topic in store, but I do like for you to share why we do this segment.
Again, we do this segment uh, to empower men, to encourage men, to strengthen families, to give you knowledge and insight that maybe you don't have or you hadn't gotten, or maybe even some things that you've forgotten about how God set this whole thing up, and God is not taking his hand off of any of us, male, females, families. He's not taking his hand off of us.
Amen. That's good news. That's great to know. All right, well, let's jump into our topic for today.
Well, we're going to jump right in. Of course, this being the brand new year, as we said, when December 31st turned over to the 1st, it was a new day, a new year, and a new decade. And there are so many things that everybody does to celebrate. But one thing that has been very common throughout America is the New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And we do so much of that. The New Year's resolution. I myself am not a resolution person, but I am a goal setter.
Mm-hmm.
But also with that, so many churches have come up with their theme for the year, which is common throughout America to have the theme for the year, and even some have the theme for the decade. And some are so easy, that you knew what's going to happen. It was just obvious. The
Right.
2020 vision,
Right.
Vision
Yeah.
2020. They shape it and flip it and turn it all sorts of ways. Clear vision for 2020, those sort of things. But what we want to talk about is when that year turned, and when we turn into a total new phase. When you go not just from a year, but to a decade, it is a total new phase. So we're going to relate this to Joshua chapter 1. I'm going to read these first 6 verses, a little more reading than what we normally do, but we'll bring it all together very shortly. In Joshua chapter 1, and this is the NLT version, it says, "After the death of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' assistant, and said, 'Moses, my servant, is dead.'" Now, the reason that is actually a shocking statement is because when you go back just one chapter into the final chapter of Deuteronomy, Moses went up to visit God again alone. So nobody was with Moses.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's God coming to speak to Joshua and saying, Moses is dead.
Wow.
See, they've been waiting on Moses to come back like he's always done. He goes away, talks to God, he comes back.
Right.
But this time God shows up.
Yeah.
It says Moses is dead.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, we close in that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is no going back to that chapter of life. It's over. And the scripture also tells us that no one knows where Moses' grave is. Because God buried Moses.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows where his grave is. So no, you're not going back to dig up bones. You're not going back to dig up anything. There's going to be no resurrection service.
Okay.
None of that. Moses is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the time has come for you to lead these people, the Israelites, across the Jordan River into the land I'm giving you. Here's the biggie, verse 3. "I promise you what I promised Moses. Wherever you set foot, you will be on land I have given you." Now, he's on the wrong side of the Jordan. And Joshua's actually been here before. If you remember, Joshua and Caleb and their family, they're the only survivors from the first time they were on the edge of the promised land. Joshua actually went into the promised land. So he and Caleb, they had seen things in the promised land, but the people rejected. So he had been there before, but now God has brought him to this place again. Some of you are going to face some things in 2020 that you're being brought to again. Wow. This time, the simple instruction is obey. Yeah. Simply obey. And do not let the voice of the people turn you around. Don't let the voice of the people, those deterring, those detractors, family, even husbands, wives, children, churches, pastors. When God said it, when you know God said it, then you've got to walk in it for this new year and this new decade. So they get to the land, they're there, and God said, I am giving you, it's a promise, but it's a land that I have given you. That's why it's greater than a resolution. Yeah. That's why it's greater than a goal being set. Because God has already given you this land. I'll give you a quick story that I heard a pastor tell. And he said his son's birthday is around Thanksgiving. So his son wanted one thing for his birthday, and it was one of those new Apple pens that you can use on your tablet and write with and things like that. So he went and purchased the pen for his son and, to give it to him. But that's the only thing he asked for. But a day before his birthday, the son got in an argument with his brother and said some things that a 12, 13-year-old should not be saying. And he really expressed himself. So the dad told him, the gift I got you for your birthday, you're not getting it. Wow. You're not going to get it. I'm taking it back to the store. You don't deserve it. He goes back to the store. The lady at the Apple store looks at the box. Box has never been opened and says, I cannot receive this gift back. He's like, wait a minute. The gift has not been opened. It's not been used. Nothing's wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. The boy doesn't deserve it. I'm not giving it to him. Why can't you receive this gift back? She said, I can't take it back because according to your order, you put his name on it. Wow. See, God has placed an order with your name on it. Really good. And God is not going to take it back. He can't take it back. He's simply waiting on us to be obedient in order to receive the promise that he has for us. And even greater than that, because of he's a merciful God and his mercies are new every morning and he gives us grace, there are many, many promises that we're going to receive simply because it's his will. Amen. We're not in position for them. We don't deserve them. He knows we're dirt. He knows he formed this dirt. There's some pretty dirt. There's some fat dirt, some skinny dirt, but we're nothing but dirt. And he knows that. He knows what he formed us out of. But he also knows that he blew into us himself. He blew into us the breath of life. Therefore, he wants to see and will see his purposes prevail in the earth. Verse 4. Here is that land. From the Negev wilderness, if I'm saying that right, there's different translations. The wilderness to the south of the Lebanon mountains, to the north, from the Euphrates River in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, including all the land of the Hittites. No one will be able to stand against you as long as you live, for I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. Hallelujah. That's your word for 2020. That's where God has you for 2020. That's where he's always had you. But now that, yes, you are in a new day. This is the 7th. The number 7 has so much spiritual meaning. But this is the 7th of January. So the 7th day of the year, our first broadcast, the new decade. And for this decade, you hang on to the fact that God is with you and will not abandon you. Yeah, it's wonderful to quote the cliches we have, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But we don't sometimes take that for what it really means. Right. And as deep as the word really is. So that's why I like this translation, which says, I won't abandon you. You're not going to come home one day and I'm not there. You won't wait on the steps for me and I don't show up. See, I'm not that kind of God. I'm not going to do that to you. And verse 6, be strong and courageous, for you are the one who will lead these people. I'm going to pause right there. You are the one. Men right now, You're the one to lead this family. You're the one to lead yourself. You're the one to go after the promises God has given you. You're the one to take the promotion and help move that division that you're over further. You're the one to start that business and to start that company, to buy that land. You're the one to do that. You are the one. But to finish this up, he's telling Joshua, you are the one to lead these people to possess all the land I swore to their ancestors that I would give them. God has sworn this. Now, why in all this time? This goes all the way back to Abraham. He told Abraham what this land was going to be. He told Abraham, leave your people to go to this land. He told Abraham, he told Isaac, told Jacob, told Moses, showed it to Moses. Moses went up on the mountain to see it. The spies went in and spied it out. The people still have not received it, all because of the people. Because the people were disobedient, the people would not believe God. Well, we're starting the year off right. We're starting the year off in a place of belief, a place of faith. We're taking doubt out of the picture. We're moving forward. We're taking chances. We're doing all of that. Yes, we're going to be called ignorant and foolish. That's the plan. I'm stepping out. We're stepping into the deep, and we're going to find the treasure that God has buried for us. Because the treasure, what he's telling us, is really not buried. He's telling us it's for us. I'm giving you the land. I'm giving you the business. I've given you the idea, now go possess it. That is your word for 2020.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Because, what I also heard you saying was that it's not about waiting on somebody else. God is giving you the power to get wealth. He's giving, you what you need to, finish what he's called you to do.
Amen.
So many times we're focused on somebody else or waiting for someone else to come along and do what God has called you to do or giving you to do. So that's an awesome word, Elder Reggie.
Amen.
It is.
Amen.
And that's definitely better than a resolution. You can stand on a promise. You can stand on his word.
You can stand on God's promises.
His word,
yes.
Your resolutions are your resolutions.
That's
They're
right.
not bad.
That's right. They're not bad. And they're not sinful. They're not any of that, but they can be temporary. But God's promises are yes and amen.
Yes and amen. I love it. Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you so much, as always, for pouring into us and enlightening us. Where can people follow you, connect with you, and also purchase your book as one?
Again, follow me at Reginald Holder Ministries on all social media. Also the website, Reginald Holder Ministries. And you can find the book As One, like Christ and the Church, both at Amazon and also on the website.
All right. Sounds good. We'll do it again next week.